want to know who thought it was a good idea for 1.4 billion people to have a 1-week vacation on the same week. So there are 2 times of the year that people say to avoid visiting China at all costs. The first is Chinese New Year's near the beginning of the year, and the second is the national holiday. But I'm in China right now, and instead of going somewhere else for the national holiday, I want to show you what it's really like. So to get away from the crazy crowds, we're going to go right to the border of Myanmar at Tengchong.
5:01, and we're heading to the airport to get our first leg of this travel day to Kunming. It's also the first day of the national holiday. It's going to be super busy. Definitely should have got that.
So we got a long day ahead of us. We got to take planes, trains, buses, cars to get to our destination. 5:15 a.m. and our flight leaves in about 2 hours. And some people want to know, what's it like to travel around China domestically? How easy is it? And how easy is it for foreigners to get around? Well, in short, it's pretty much like anywhere else, except for way more efficient. The best way I can explain is that it feels like the whole country is run under one company. They use all like one app, and all the trains are sort of the same. The layouts of the buildings are sort of similar. So it's like super easy getting around. It all feels really familiar. After about 3 hours, we flew to the capital of Yunnan Province, which is Kunming. And then from here, we got to take a 40-minute metro to the train station. Super, super busy. It's pretty nuts. I really hope it's not like this in our final destination. We try to get away from it all. We had a good bite to eat at the airport for our first meal, which is kind of like a Chinese schnitzel. Also, nobody steals in China, so people just leave their bags. And after like an hour or 2 of waiting, we finally got down to the train. And then here we spent about 4.5 hours of pretty much pure boredom. Get a little teaser for some Yunnan desserts. It's like a literal flour cake. Finally made it. Alright, from Kunming we arrived in Baoshan, sort of the main city in our area. And then from here we got to take a bus. So we head out to the bus station, grab a ticket, and then it's going to be another 2 hours. But there's an accident on the highway. We had to take a detour in a vomit-inducing ride through the mountains, and we made it after like 3 hours. And then from here we had to get a DD, which is like Uber, all the way to our final destination. It took about 20-25 minutes. We had to pay to go into the village. It's sort of like a special scenic area, so you got to pay like $7 US each. And then we walked to our homestay and finally settle in for the night. But we're feeling a little bit packaged, so we got a little bit of local food and barbecue. Freaking delicious, but the weather's a little bit crummy. Hopefully it gets a little bit better tomorrow. After like 12-13 hours we finally made it, so see you tomorrow. Super spicy. Yeah, this is. And it slaps it out of the water. So they said don't travel to China during this period, and we did anyway. This is the second day of traveling China during the national holiday. This is one of the most preserved Chinese ancient villages in all of China, named Heshun Village, just outside of Tengchong. We arrived here last night, and damn, what a breathtaking morning. It was really, really awesome to just walk around. And we're gonna kick off the day with a Yunnan omakase. We accidentally ran into this place. We didn't even know what we were getting ourselves into. I made a whole nother video on this anyway, so you could see all the food and reactions to it. It was pretty awesome. And also the price was mind-blowing. Oh my god, can't believe it. In China though.
What stood out the most is all the amount of different wild mushroom dishes and this like purple rice, yellow dessert dish. I don't even know. It was so good. Really, we just have 2 goals today: eat and explore.
Wow. Heshun Ancient Library. It's funny, no one's actually reading. They just want photos of looking like they're reading.
So in China, everybody's on vacation right now. This week, like the whole country is off. So they're going to their hometowns or different tourist locations.
We thought this was a cherry, but it's a super spicy pepper. No way! Touched it with my tongue and it's burning.
So we chose Heshun because we wanted that old Chinese authentic village vibe and just get like a really nice view and pretty much good food. All for a decent price. Like we didn't want to spend a ton of money like Shanghai and stuff, right? We want to see how much we could stretch our dollar and have a really great experience. So because of the rain, we pretty much jumped from indoor location to food joint and repeat. It was worth it though. It was so good. Also, this dish is called like baba something, and it's because like the liquid looks like baby diarrhea or something. But it tastes really good. It's so good. Oh. Now, pretty much after this entire self-made food tour, we head out to warm up in a hot spring. This is like a nice hotel, spa area. Also really affordable. I don't remember, just a couple bucks, and we stayed till closing before heading out and looking for some food.
So we're at this restaurant, and what's awesome is every table comes with a beer just already at the table. I feel bad to say, but we had like omakase earlier in the morning. Unfortunately, this thing kind of slaps it out of the water. Like, it's just so good.
And that's it for day 2. See you tomorrow.
They said not to travel to China during this time, so we did anyway. This is the 3rd day of traveling during the Chinese holiday, and we're in Tengchong, which is in Yunnan Province, way in the southwest of China, and we're right at the border of Myanmar. Yesterday we had a great time at Heshun Ancient Town, and today we decided to venture out a little bit farther. So while Vivian was getting a Myanmar-style hair treatment, I went out and explored just the random parts of Tengchong, like super non-touristy. And I'm definitely the only foreigner here by a long shot, so I would get some people randomly come up to me to take photos.
Meeting here in Tengchong. Welcome to Tengchong.
Yeah, thank you.
So that was like
Then I just kind of ran into this random horse carriage museum place. I honestly have no idea what this is. It was it was kind of interesting. Anyway, Vivian finished up and I headed back for us to grab some delicious Yunnan local food. Oh man, so good. It's like this crispy pork,
some of that.
delicious tea, some mushroom dishes, some interesting noodle dishes we've never had, even some fried pumpkin leaves and vines. Super interesting. So afterwards, we had an original plan to go to some grasslands, but we changed our mind and went to the Bay High Wetlands, which is sort of like a preserved like wetland area with different animals, and you could do a bunch of different rides and activities and stuff. Super cool though. One gripe I have with China is it all kind of feels like one giant photo booth. Like people are here just to take photos and not really enjoy the nature itself or care about the animals. I mean, it is what it is, but we got to embrace trying different things like kayaking, and then we even did some I don't know if you're doing anything.
Yeah.
I guess fishing with a net. I don't even know what you would call this. I mean, really, it was mostly for kids. They just have a bunch of fish in here and you just try to catch them and throw them back in. But it kind of goes to show that everything's a little bit carnival-y here, you know? It's not really like beautiful nature hike stuff. It's just sort of like take pictures, do fun little things. All right, let's get out of here. Fish, you could go back. Afterwards, we did some classic Chinese rafting, you know, bamboo stick in the water and push against the ground, whole thing. We're just gonna let the water take us wherever it's gonna go. And of course, we exit through the gift shop and we totally get scammed with these painted coconuts. They literally painted the coconuts to make them look like brown coconuts, but you could taste the paint. It was so bad. We totally got gypped. Whatever. Anyway, headed back to Heshun village, back to our homestay, and the night here looks picturesque. Like, it's an understatement. It's so beautiful. We went and grabbed some dinner. It was pretty busy actually. Now that it's the national holiday, like middle of the week, people are starting to gather up, but we went out and went to a place with really good reviews, but it kind of sucked. It's like oily. I mean, the place is unique, but the food did not hit. Anyway, that's it for day 3. See you tomorrow. This cat up here. Alright, this is our 3rd day here in Heshun, Tengchong. We're gonna get some breakfast, and then we're gonna go some volcano, I think. So after this not so tasty pea porridge $1 breakfast, we're going to start our first activity of the day, which is visiting the Tengchong volcano. It was actually pretty fun. You start off at a museum where they show like the whole history of the world pretty much. And you take a shuttle bus and you make it down to either the base of the big hill or the small hill. And the big one is just under 600 steps. Walk up to the top, not a huge deal. You could take a horse. It's a fee. We didn't do it. But once you get to the top, there's actually not that much to see up there. It's sort of just a shrubby hole. I guess it's kind of cool, but in terms of volcano, it's like not super epic. We decided to film a salsa video, including a drone shot. It was pretty fun. So for an extra fee, you could like go in these motorized paraglider things. I did not want to risk it. I don't think I trust that. Anyway, we saw the weather starting to turn and we were going to make our way down a little bit. But look at this. We saw a cat, like a sphinx. I don't know, man. I feel bad. It feels like inhumane a little bit. Anyway, make our way down the mountain. It was okay. I feel like if you come to Tengchong, you could skip this spot. It's probably not like a huge deal if you do. It's also a little bit out of the way to get here, so I feel like there's other things we would have rather have done. Anyway, we head back, and just outside of Heshun, we had this insanely delicious Yunnan dry beef barbecue thing. Oh, so good. Look at this traditional baby holding ware. Anyway, since we're just out of town and traffic is crazy, we rented these scooters. It's literally just like a rideshare bike. You know, you scan a QR code and you make it back. You pay a couple dollars. It's super cool. And then we had to walk the rest of the way. When we made it back into town, we wanted to get a couple more shots, but the rain kept coming and going, and it was kind of hard to nail down more shooting. So we decided to film a little bit more of a salsa video, and then just kind of enjoy the last moments of the day. And it's actually full moon today, so we head out into town, and we're excited to see some, I guess, fireworks. I don't even know exactly what this is, but you know, they're singing this national anthem and doing these little performances, and I realized it's not fireworks. They're actually like smashing a molten piece of iron with like a mallet and explodes into a bunch of pieces. So it's like this molten flower fireworks thing. Super cool. Walk around, there's a bunch of interesting things like paper making, comedy, a bonfire, a little bit of a Yunnan dance. And then there's also like, you know, the kids go up and have a good time. We got some mushed chicken, kind of end the night. We're tired. We had a good long day. Ended on this kind of disgusting dessert. That's it. See you tomorrow.
Getting out.
So we were told we shouldn't travel during the national holiday in China, and we did anyway. And this is day 5. Remind you of something? I mentioned in another video saying that you should always try new things. Even if you find something really delicious, really yummy, just go out of the way and try something different while you're on vacation. And man, we did this for breakfast. Oh my god, this is so good. This is one of the best meals of the trip. It's just like, it completely destroyed yesterday's pea porridge soup thing. So we're checking out of our homestay in Heshun Ancient Town, and we're heading to a different part of Tengchong because today we're gonna spend all day at the hot spring. Also, our DD driver completely ran over this guy's rice. I feel so bad. On our way, we actually found these wrapped eggs you could buy on the side of the road. They'll become a little bit more relevant a little later. And while we're waiting to check in for our next homestay, I got to share some tea with the hotel owner's brother because the hotel owner's wife is giving birth right now. So we have to wait a little bit longer while the room is getting ready and all that. Beautiful view, nice and peaceful out here in the middle of nowhere. This is so funny. You are the stir in my heart. Today, I'm gonna spend all day at the hot springs, which were right around the corner from the hotel, so it was great. Tried some weird ass fruit. And then as we're entering the park, we saw this very strange photo booth experience thing with like Taiwan flags. I thought this was like a little bit of a sensitive topic. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I have no idea what this is. Someone, can you explain? Alright, that's it for part 1. Part 2 coming up. My trail guide told me not to post this on Chinese social media, so I'm posting here on YouTube. Hopefully it's alright. For our last day here in Tengchong, we're going to do something really epic, which is climb to this really forbidden forest. But right away, we already ran into an issue, which is on this trail last night, there were a local father and son who went missing, and the trail is now closed for any hikers to go. We head out to the trail guide's house anyway, going hours into the mountain. And the problem is, if the father and son don't get found, this whole entire day is going to be over, and we're going to have to head back, and it's going to be done. So fingers crossed that the father and son are okay, but also we really hope to go on this epic hike. After a couple hours, our guide says, hey, let's just go on another trail. We haven't heard news yet, and we could at least salvage the day. And I have to say, even if the trail guide told us that this was the actual trail, I would have believed him because we wouldn't know any better. It's still pretty epic. There's like a waterfall flowing through here. We're like collecting mushrooms, trying like bamboo shoots from the ground to eat. It was still a good time. Luckily, at this point of the day, we actually got the news that the father and son are found, and our tour guide's father came to meet with us to finish the trail and head over to the sacred Mamao forest. Now, after we're walking around and seeing all this cool mossy trees, he did tell me, don't post this on Chinese social media. Foreigners are not typically allowed to be here. So this is a pretty rare opportunity to be here and just experience this moment. Now, after spending pretty much like 8 hours climbing, we have to spend another like 5 hours coming down. So the weather started to turn a little bit, clouds started to come in, the sun is going down, and it just started to get really tough. Notice we're like climbing on bamboos. We ran out of water, so we got some from a stream here. But honestly, this is easily one of my favorite hikes I've done in China. It was just super unique. And it's not just being out in nature and pushing our bodies, but also just like the history of this trail. This was an ancient trail that connected the town of Baoshan and Tengchong, right? So getting to walk through this history was super awesome. Anyway, we ended the night with a delicious dinner at the guide's house. Oh my god, it was insane. And yeah, that's it for the last day here. Tomorrow we're gonna wrap it up and head back to Shenzhen. Alright, everybody's heading back for the holidays. It's mad crowded. This is what happens when you put 1 week of the year for everyone to go on vacation countrywide with over 1 billion people. Honestly, it's not too bad. Look at the crowd behind. Whoa, so many people. It's nuts. And it's not even the last day of the holiday, it's the second last day. Crazy. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like tomorrow. Wow, look at this. Looks like whiskey, but it's just Martin. Meal in Yunnan. Look how big this bowl is. Got a whole bunch of stuff. Also burned myself already. And dessert is like a rice thing. That looks yummy. Pretty good?
高山蓝莓。
谢谢啊。So good. Whoa, self-driving car there.